Hello, my name is Dr. Gregory Grochowski,
And I'm his wife, Melanie.
and together we own Ashley River Chiropractic. And I want to talk to you about neuropathy. Matter of fact, the point of this is really not only to educate you, I want to answer some of your questions. I want to give you some hope. Let me just start off by saying, if you have neuropathy or one of your loved ones does, and you're asking the question, what can we do? I'm going to tell you, and there is hope, and it's exciting. Our journey with neuropathy, I am a chiropractor, been a chiropractor for 29 years, and neuropathy was something we rarely saw early on in my career. And then it just kind of seemed to be, it's everywhere right now, and it really hit close to home with her father.
I had never even heard the word neuropathy, much less know what it was. But my dad did have diabetes, and about 5 years ago or so, he started trying to describe to me this pain in his feet that he was having in the middle of the night. He would go to bed, and the pain would be so intense. He would get up, he'd be up for a few hours, he'd go to bed, and it would come on and it would stay. And then he would come to visit us, and I realized that it was really whatever it was limiting his ability to do the things that we wanted to do with him. We wanted to visit Charleston, and I wanted to show him all the sights, and I realized he really just was not able to. And if I had known then that there was something that could have been done for him, I would have done whatever it took.
If you're wondering what neuropathy is, let me break it down. And it doesn't matter where you got it. I mean, you could get it from Agent Orange. It could be idiopathic. We don't know. Diabetes is a very common one. Chemotherapy. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because the same thing is happening. The small capillaries, the little tiny blood vessels that are the farthest away from your heart, which is in your feet, are dying off faster than they can reproduce. And when they die off, the sensory nerves in your feet are dying off with them. That's when your feet become sometimes super sensitive or not sensitive at all. You can't tell. You can't pokey things, hot, cold. They get painful at night. And I understand that it is absolutely miserable. Here's the good news. It is treatable, but it is not treatable with medications or surgeries. The only way to reverse this is to get your body to build the little capillaries back. You can take medication, and I'm grateful. I'm not one of these chiropractors that hates everything about medical in any way. We get referrals from primary cares all the time, and I'm so grateful for them. And I'm grateful for medication, but the truth, it's not debatable. This is not a debatable thing. Medication is not curative for neuropathy. And I would be grateful for it, because maybe it'll get you through the night. Maybe it'll block that pain, but it's not solving the problem. The only way to solve the problem is to get those blood vessels to reproduce. So the question is that possible? And the answer is absolutely. When we started on this journey, I'm a skeptic by nature. I especially these new things. And if you think I'm a skeptic, oh my gosh,
I'm the queen of skepticism.
She's the queen. She just assumes somebody's trying to pull one over on her. So we began this journey. Ultimately, it led us. We are a part of a network of doctors now, hundreds of them treating thousands of patients. And I'm one of those, when they quote a study, what study? Let me read the study. And I'd be happy to send you studies, 189 pages. This is a very well-researched plan. The success rate, if you don't wait too long, is like 97%. And I could say that with confidence. When I first heard that, I'm like, come on, 97%. It's true. It's absolutely true. There is a way to bring this back. And if you haven't waited too long, we can get sometimes complete full restoration. And if you've waited a really long time, we can halt that in most cases, get your balance back, because not only is the pain a problem, but if you start falling when you're older, you're 15 times more likely to fall if you have neuropathy than if you don't. And that's how you fracture your hip. That's how you end up in the hospital. So let me answer a few questions that I came up with. I don't want to be coy with anything. First and foremost, to me, in my mind, would be, why is this not mainstream? Like, why has my neurologist not told me this, or my primary care? And this is not a slide on them. That's just not the lens they see through. I've asked that question as a chiropractor for years. I mean, I've watched miracles in my office with migraines and herniated discs and whatnot, and I've like, why do we have the opioid epidemic when there's actually a treatment in most cases for people? I can't answer. That's not how they think. It's not debatable. I don't think anyone is debating the science behind it. It's just not how they think, natural. And so it makes sense for chiropractic to lead the way in restoring health. And that's really what it is. And that's what chiropractic has always been about, is how do we get the body working again? And this is just another way in which we can do it. How long does it take? The most people get a change within 90 days. Matter of fact, if we put someone through a course of care, we measure at the beginning, and then we measure their sensory loss, the vast majority in 90 days, they're very well aware that they're on the right track. Re-exam or not, they know they're starting to feel better. And so some we stop at 90 days, and others, if we're not quite there, we think we can get more success, we go another 90 days. Is it covered by insurance? No, it's not. Why is it not? I don't know. Again, I asked that question about chiropractic. It's only been the last 10 years they, maybe a little bit longer, started really covering chiropractic. I don't honestly think it would matter if they did, because a major portion of the treatment is done at home, and you have to have the equipment. To do it right, you just couldn't come in the office that long, that often. You're going to be able to sit in front of your TV and sit there comfortably watching TV an hour, sometimes even twice a day, and be getting this restoration where you really couldn't do that in an office. Well, if that's the case, then how much does it cost? It's not cheap. The equipment's not cheap. I will be the first to tell you that. It's anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000, $8,000. It kind of depends how much has to be done in the office, how much can be done at home. And we try to work with patients and have payment plans and things like that. But no, it's not cheap. I think that's all I can think of. I think those are the main questions I would want to know. I just want to know, we're excited to be serving Charleston in this way. Your next step is come meet with us. Let us sit down knee to knee. Let me examine your feet. Let's talk about it. Let's see if you're a good candidate. And so call Melanie. And again, that's Ashley River Chiropractic. And we look forward to being a part of your life.